What's up, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new deck profile. I've got 60 card Infernoid Zoodiac. Been really enjoying this deck. I would say it's becoming one of my more favorite decks to play. Finally can play the Zoo engine in something to experience its brokenness as well as just the power of 60 card Infernoids with Void Feast and Lawn Mowing. Really fun deck to play. Really glad I picked it up. And the past two tournaments I've taken it to, I've done really well with, and really happy with how the build is running. So without further ado, we'll go right into the main deck. Start with the monsters, which I think is like there's 19 Infernoids, and then I think there is 16 non-Infernoids. So do the math. So we got triple Decatron. Basically copies any Infernoid when it's summoned, normal or special, and basically for your Void Feast combo, you summon Jet level 6 and two of these guys, one sends Nuku, one sends Daviati, so you start your turn with, your opponent starts their turn with you getting a monster and spell trap negation. Really good card. I'm playing one Antra. Just made this change before I made the video, because I wanted to play a 1 of Void Seer, and I didn't know what else to cut, so I just cut this down to 1 since, you know, the bounce isn't the greatest, but it does come up sometimes, so 1 is definitely fine. And I'll talk about my decision to play Void Seer once we get to the card. Basically, next we've got 3 Harmatic, one of the better ones in the deck, level 3. Pops a card, but he can't attack that turn. And a DD Crow during your turn, as well as Antra DD Crow during your turn only. I just ordered a third one. This one got here today. It's apparently a Euro print, so that's cool. Next we've got triple Patrulia, the Spell Trap Popper, MST, DD Crow during your turn, level 4. So if you already use your Void Feast combo once, you can just summon out 2 of these for a rank 4 late game if you don't see them already. The level 6 for Void Feast. Triple Sightsamus, one of the best Infernoids in the deck, hands down, next to Decatron. After it attacks, you can banish a card on the field, and it does not target. And I think that is one of the most broken parts about it, is it does not target. Really helpful for outing Indestructible Crystal Wings, especially with Void Seer. We'll talk about that later. Atondal, the 1 of for the OTK potential. Double Deviati, it's a heavy storm when it hits the board, negates monster effects, and then double Nunku is Dark Hole when it hits the board, except for himself, and negates spell trap effects. So very good lineup there. 19 Infernoids, like I said. And then next for the Zoodiac engine, triple Rat, and then double Whiptail, pretty standard. I was going to cut a second Whiptail, but decided not to. Haven't regretted it. Triple Fairy Tale Snow, 3 Terror Top and 1 Tom. The Auto Top engine, got to play that to go into either Invoker, Leviair, or Totem Bird. And then I'm playing the Kaiju engine, which is basically your only hope until I added Void Seer into the main deck. Your only hope to out Windwitch Artifact, Indestructible Crystal Wing turn 1. That's why I wanted to play the Void Seer, so I didn't have to count on drawing these 4 cards to search it, or to have the out. I guess you could argue if you mill into a Slumber, you just have to wait 1 turn to be able to banish and search your out. But sometimes that can even be too late, so you want to be able to get to an out a little faster. And then double Maxi, I know we had a little bit of an argument. Some people were in disagreement not playing Maxi in my other build. It's because I was playing Reasoning and Monster Gate, and you don't want to play this card in a build that plays Reasoning and Monster Gate, because you summon this off Reasoning and Monster Gate, you're basically losing the game at that point. Next for the spells, we've got triple Grass Looks Greener. You see this card first turn with any Zoo combo, you like win hands down. That's all there is to say about that. Triple Tanky. I know what you're saying, you know, why aren't you playing Barrage? Well, this card can't get Ghost Ogred like Barrage can, because the effect activates when it's played, now while it's already on the field. Gives your stuff an attack boost, and you don't really care if you have to normal summon your Rat for your normal summon, because you're not really going to use your normal summon on anything else. Not even Decatron, really. And then triple Void Vanishment. The reason why I wanted to play a Void Seer, because this basically allows you to search any Void spell or trap. And if you can search Void Seer with being able to summon a Sights Miss, and they have a field of at least one or more, obviously you need 2 or more monsters to be able to use, Sights Miss's effect or even Antra. And I just wanted to be able to have more outs to Indestructible Crystal Wing, because you lose very, very hard to that card. Not to rhyme there or anything, but like it's true. You do have a very hard time getting around it. I went to locals the other day, played 2 in which an artifact Dolan, lost 1 match just strictly due to Vanity's Emptiness, which is unfortunate. The card needs to get banned. Not saying that out of assault, it's just pure fact. And then the other one, I didn't lose. It was actually one of the best games I've played in my entire life, but that's besides the point. It ended up coming down to, like, in the last game where I did end up winning from a really cool play, but he had a Crystal Wing on the board the entire game, and I could not get rid of it to save the life of me. And that's where Void Vanish would have helped in, being 3 extra outs technically on top of the 4 Kaijus, giving me 7 outs. And what I mean by that, so we play the 2 Void Imagination, obviously. Card's really, really good. But the Void Seer. So basically, if you pitch anything to search Void Seer, late game or whatever, if you need to do a turn 1, if you're going second against that Crystal Wing, you pitch, search this, and like I said, it's just another 3 cards to get you that out, technically 4 if you want to count the Void Seer itself. And if you summon an Antra, a Sights Miss, be able to attack into something, and they go to negate it, you just chain Void Seer, and then that monster's unaffected, can't get negated, and then you remove the Crystal Wing from the board by either banishing it or bouncing it back to the extra deck. We're hoping you can win the game before they end up making it again with the Wind Witch engine, but I guess they couldn't because they already use Ice Spell, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. And then more spells, we've got double Twin Twister and double Slumber, and then 1 Left Arm Offering because I really don't like this card that much. So I decided to cut it down to 1. I was playing 2 previously and decided to cut down to 1. So yeah, and then for the traps, of course, triple Void Feast. This card is insane. Double Spiritual Sword. I don't know if Billy Brake was the person who invented, playing this card in Infernoids. But it's a good idea. It's just that I can never open the goddamn card with the Void Feast play. And then lastly, 1 Zoodiac combo. That's it for the main deck, of course, 60 cards. And then on the extra deck, we have the Zoodiac engine, the 1 Borbo, the 1 Tiger Mortar, the 1 Broad Bull, and then I'm playing double Drancia, just because late game, being able to make a Drancia off of like a Whiptail or something off a Search Tanky is pretty clutch. You just get yourself a free pop during the other player's turn. So it definitely doesn't hurt, and there's a little bit of space in the extra deck as well, I would say. And then for rank 4s that are not Zoodiac, we have Daigasa Emerald, Rhapsody, very, very helpful card, Kagetsuche, and then Gemini Pearl for if you open like Invoker and you have another rank 4 to go into with Lawn Mowing, so you don't need to go into this. You just go into this so you can put more Infernoids on field without, having like a card like this worry about taking up your levels and ranks. Although this card is absolutely amazing going first, like if you don't like see Lawn Mowing because you just summon it and you mill 5 right off the top of your deck, so that's pretty cool. Rank 3s, Invoker, Totem Bird, and Leviair. This card's good for bringing back Snows. It's good for bringing back Decatrons, especially late game. Card's really, really good. Omega, which I honestly never make. I've never made this card once. Just never really comes up. And the card I've actually made more, Scrap Archfiend, and the one of Tierra, which does come up quite a bit because of Void Imagination. And that is it for the extra deck. And then onto the side deck. Triple Galaxy Cyclone for back row heavy decks, obviously. Double Ixi's Encore for Paleozoic and Zoodiac because this detaches all the materials. They come back as a lower level. And I'm pretty sure if you were to detach them from like an Anomalocaris or like an Opabina or like a Toad even, like if they're the trap cards, they would just get banished, although I'm not entirely sure. And like they can't negate this with Toad either because you can't activate cards in response because it's spell speed 4. And again, Zoodiac on Borbo with the rat underneath, you just go like this, you activate it, detach the rat, put Borbo back to the extra deck, rat comes back as a 3. They can't overlay Borbo on top of it again, and they can't use per se like instant fusion on it to like make a rank 4 for free just by putting the rat back on their field. Of course, it's 1 level lower. They could barrage it away, obviously, but then they're short 1 rat which is not too great. So yeah, I really do like Ixie's Encore. It's like my Spice side deck card. Continuing on the side deck, double Chalice, 1 Burial for the dreaded side-in of DD Crow, and then I play the 3rd Twin Twister, of course, more back row hate. Side deck for going first, we have triple Solemn Strike, and then triple Breakthrough Skill. Like I haven't like sided this card in yet, but like I don't really know what else to side. Like I could side Lost Winds, because I think that's more popular with like in actual Paleo decks. So I just kind of went with the Breakthrough. It's not bad. It's actually decent sometimes. But like I said, I've sided in like once, didn't even end up seeing it. But Breakthrough Skill, you can use it in Grave, and you mill a lot of cards, so you can't really go wrong with it in a deck like this. So yeah, that's it for this 60 card Infernoid Zoodiac deck profile. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, be sure to leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. But like I said, having a lot of fun with this deck, really enjoying it. I love playing the 60 card deck despite how hard it is to shuffle sometimes, which isn't too big of a deal. This deck like has like a really good matchup against like a lot of the best decks. Like you name it, like Paleo, like the past like two tournaments I went to, I ended up playing I think a total of like 2 or 3 Paleo decks, and I like 2-0'd all of them because like the DD Crow effect is so helpful, and the fact that you can bring out a Deviati just to heavy storm their field, it's like it's too good. And like the one game I had to play through Triple Toad turn 1 and like used Void Imagination to bait it out. Used several other cards like the Summon of Anuku. Shuri was able to take it and set it to side of the field, which I'm not sure if they can like take an Infernoid and set it, which they probably can. I'm just overthinking it. But then you just summon another one and blow up their field again, and then lawn mowing for game. Like you have a really good matchup against Paleo because like you just banish all their traps with your bigger Infernoids. Zoodiac is not that hard of a matchup anymore since I've been testing against it so much. And Eidolons is not that hard of a matchup either. You just have a really easy time playing against those decks. Like you don't have a bad matchup is what I'm saying. Of course, you can end up losing those matchups, no problem, if you don't know what you're doing. But you do have a solid matchup. There's no deck like you can go up against that I would say you have a huge disadvantage. Maybe Heroes because Dark Law, but it's just as easy as just turn 1 summoning this to out the Dark Law, and then it's no problem from there. Or just normal summoning Fairy Tale Snow, or terror topping into the Zoo engine. Like it doesn't really hurt you that much. I know. Yeah, I guess they could just like hit the Tom out of your hand if they get lucky, but odds are they're not. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really happy with this deck. Like really excited to play this deck. More excited than I've been like in a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. And always, guys, Winter Kill signing out. We'll see ya in the next one.